everyone. So, I have a sore throat this week because the sergeant takes a lot out of me. So, I'm gonna break away from the usual and do something different. I'm gonna tell you all a story. Welcome to my book of pranks. I had a neighbor. This neighbor was not the nicest little ray of sunshine in the world. When I first moved in, I saw him outside his apartment, and he was just staring me down. And so I thought, I'm gonna be the nice guy, and I'm gonna say hi. I said hi, and as soon as I did, I was greeted with a look of absolute disgust and anger, and I knew right then this was gonna be the guy. Because I'm an Office fan. Like, I sit down and I watch Office. I'll sit there all day. I'll sit there all night and watch Office. I knew this was going to be my Dwight, the Dwight to my Jim. I was going to prank this guy hardcore. And so, yeah, I'm going to tell you the crazy parts of my pranks. So, it started off once he was getting his wall redone. So, the wall that was connecting his apartment and my apartment had been shattered. So there was now a gaping portal in between his house and mine. And so I did what any logical person would. I put a walkie-talkie into his side of the wall. So later that night, I was sitting there completely bored. And, I was sitting there actually watching The Office. And as soon as I finished that episode, I decided, you know what, I need something to do. So I grabbed a walkie-talkie, the other side of the walkie-talkie, and I got into my car and drove down the street a few houses. And that's when I pulled out my walkie-talkie and started whispering. And I made sure when I planted the other walkie-talkie into the other guy's house, I made sure to turn it up all the way. So I turned it up all the way, and I started whispering into the microphone. And it wasn't like bad whispering, like anything, like any threatening thing. It was just, it was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no rule. It's his house and my house connected. And that's when I look up and I see the guy burst the door open out of his house. And he ran over to my door and started knocking it down. And I couldn't hear what he was saying because I had the windows rolled up. But I could just feel the anger. Then, of course, because my car wasn't there, because I drove it over there, because I had the foresight to know exactly what to do. But so I drove across the street and down a few houses, and so he noticed that I wouldn't open the door, and so then he walked over to the garage and saw that I wasn't parked there anymore. And so I could kind of tell from the look on his face that he had absolutely no idea what was going on. And that's when I see him walking towards his door, completely hesitant, like he was having a really hard time opening his door. And then I see him walking to his house. Then I decide that I gotta keep going. I can't stop now. I've already dug my grave. It's time to keep digging. So I scream into the microphone. And given that microphone quality is absolute garbage, I can only imagine what this guy thought. But so I scream into the mic, and all I scream is, "This is my house!" And I made sure to do it in a deep voice, so it was just, "This is my house!" Not even a second after I do that, I see the door of his house burst open, and he runs down the street screaming, and that's it. That was my finest prank. And then afterwards, I went back inside, enjoyed the deliciousness of some Rocky Road ice cream whilst watching more Office, getting bored again. Well, that's